Hi YouTube, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to review one of my games together with you guys. So, for context for this video, right, so I'm going to keep this short, this introduction, but as context, I stopped playing solo queue for a bit, for a couple of weeks. My account decayed to Diamond 175 LP. Now I started climbing. I'm very rusty, but I started climbing, and at this time, or at this point in time, my account is Master 112 LP. And this is the last game I just want to get to that LP. Now, what happened is here, so one, I'm very rusty, right? But I didn't expect to hard carry a game like this here, and I honestly don't really have an idea how I hard carried this game, which I did. To give you a reference, I might show the gold graph here on screen, but in the game, at 16 minutes, I believe, we were like almost 10k gold behind. So you would say that's an insta-lose. And then ultimately, I ended up hard carrying this game. I did like 80k damage. And I kind of wanted to revisit this game. I just played it. And now the thoughts that I had during this game are still fresh. But I didn't really have an idea of how I ended up carrying this game. Like, of course, in the game you think, oh, we should take this fight or we shouldn't. But then ultimately, how did that actually snowball into winning this game? And that's why I look and revisit this game again. And I'm going to review it together with you guys. I thought, if I do this by myself, I know a lot of people would find this valuable, so you might as well come along and follow this review journey here with me. So that's what we're going to do. So I played this game on Vladimir. This is mainly going to be for the Vladimir players out there, and we'll see how this game goes. Right now, I will mainly skip through the early stages of the game here. I will not comment on it too much, because it's really about how did I win this game here, right? I don't want to review the entire game, but it's more like how did I win this game when it was looking so rough. So I will basically just show you what happened without commentating here on the first like 10 minutes of the game. And then once we start like turning the game around, that's when I will actually look and see what I did and give you my thought process along the way. So we're basically going to show you how to turn these games around. And this is a decent elo to show you how to do that. Now laning phaser is whatever. We're playing into the echo. I'm very rusty, so I took Ignite Flash with Airy Scourge in terms of runes. A very aggressive setup. Why is that? Well, I know this matchup for me specifically is typically not that easy. I get a lot of the time surprised by echo damage. And since I'm quite rusty in League now, I stopped playing solo queue for like a couple of weeks. I know right now that I'm not in the best state to just go phase first and scale, because then typically you just get destroyed in lane. So I thought, let's go Ignite, Airy Scourge, and you might think this is aggressive setup. No, it's really with the intention of making sure he has a harder time all-inning me. If I have Ignite and I have Airy Scourge, right, he cannot be as aggressive as he wants to, because I also have a lot of damage. That was the idea behind that. Can you go phase rush? Yes, but since I was not comfortable in this matchup, that's why I went with the setup. That's the honest truth, right? Alright, but I will just show you how it goes. Okay, so we do the trade, very aggro trading. Perhaps I can comment a little bit on this. To give you an idea of what was going on in my mind here. So Echo jumps onto me, right? And I insta-pull underneath him and the wave to heal as much HP back as possible and to deal damage to him at the same time. And I'm willing to take this trade because my red Q was coming up, right? So here I aggressively trade with him, and typically in those trades, the person who ignites the first is going to be the person who wins these trades, right? So I instantly ignite him here, right? To get the movement speed, to get the damage, and I get the red Q onto him. I think Echo here should have ignited me just before my red Q, so that my healing was reduced by 40%, right? And that way his laning phase would look a lot better. So he should have also ignited me, I think, right? But so yeah, this happened. Now, ultimately, he also gets like a good trade onto me. I overextend a little bit. Now, he lives with like 1 HP, which is very unlucky. Literally 1 HP, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see this, but he is literally 1 HP at this point in time. So that's a bit sad. Now, I also think I'm going to get really low here. Yeah, 17 HP. So yeah, very difficult lane, very coin flippy. I'm a bit unlucky there that I didn't get the kill, but it is what it is. We see Jarvan on the Raptor ward that my jungler placed early on, so I have to play a bit safe. But yeah, that's kind of the early game here. I shove in this wave, and I do a recall. Right now, a little bit of... Again, my thought process here behind pushing in that wave. Why did I stay for that wave? So let me show you guys what happened. Right. So Echo needs to recall, right? So in theory, I could just hold the minions here, like walk up, hold the minions here, then walk into the brush and recall. I didn't do that, right? And the reason why is, so that would mean that the wave pushes into me while I recall, and that would be a great situation. Now, the reason why I didn't do this, I thought I have enough time to push this in because Echo is still recalling, right? He's still recalling, so I thought I have enough time to push this in. And two, I get to recall here on a lot more gold. Like, Echo right now has 409, but if I shove this entire wave, I will have a lot more gold than him, right? Like 650 or something. So then that's like 250 more gold than him, right? So that means that I can maybe recall with like refillable potion, and he cannot buy a refillable potion. Like Dark Seal refillable potion is, I think, what I would go for, right? But he cannot do that. He can go like Dark Seal and a normal potion, which gives me inherently an advantage. What is the downside of that? So what do you have to think when you're doing that? Well, one, Jarvan could contest me, and that could be annoying. So I try to push out, and then Jarvan comes here and tries to make me back off, and then Echo has a freeze. So that's number one, right? Not ideal. Two, if I push this out, that means that by the time Echo comes back, I still will be recalling. And then while I recall and are in base spending my items, spending my golden items, the Echo can already start pushing the wave and move on to the map. Now again, we are pre-level 6. I'm not super scared of an Echo roaming pre-level 6, but keep in mind that this is what I mean with tempo, right? If I stay here, I overstay to push in this wave while Echo is already recalling and moving back to lane, then the same will happen when I will recall. He will already be in lane, be able to push, and that means he has tempo. He can move on the map and roam, maybe dive my top laner, etc. But yeah, I was not too scared of a level 6, a pre-level 6 Echo roam or something, so that's why I decided to stay and value the gold that I would get from this wave a little bit more, right? Also, I wasn't too scared about the Jarvan because I had my Kha'Zix very nearby, right? So very close to me. And that's why I went for the shove. But yeah, it is a bit risky, of course, and that is my thought process that goes behind it. But this is exactly what I mean. So I'm still walking to lane, and the Echo can already start shoving the wave, you'll see, right? So now, Echo can start roaming. I have to collect this wave, but Echo can already roam. Now, there's nothing for him to do bot lane, but he could potentially dive my Ambassa top. So that is the risk that you have by pushing in that wave. And if you play versus roaming champions like Echo and stuff like that, like Katarina, Fizz, right? Then typically you do not want to overstay for that wave. You just want to recall together with him, right? That's just the better call typically. But again, I wasn't too scared of this Echo. I'm not too scared of Echo ganks pre-level 6 typically. But okay, my Jarvan goes there, but if it wasn't Jarvan, it could have been Echo, right? Echo could have also gone there. So now Jarvan got the kill, but it might have been Echo, yeah, if Jarvan wasn't there. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's always a downside of trying to overpush those waves. Just to give you some insight in how I think in the early lane phase here. Okay, I think I also got solo killed at some point by this Echo because I underestimated his damage. Yeah, so I take these trades. I'm fine with those trades, but the thing is, Echo cooldown, his cooldowns are a lot shorter than mine, so I have to respect him. That is why trading with Echo always feels bad in my opinion, because if you trade, you typically have to do your W. If you don't do your W, you can't really win the trade. But if you do your W, now 18-second cooldown, and his abilities are already, like his E is already up again. So nothing stops him from jumping onto me. So now I have to play very, very safe, right? He gets to jump onto me instantly again. And that's something, yeah, that I struggle with in this matchup. I have to be a bit more patient. I have to wait for my W cooldown a little bit more, right? Now Kha'Zix comes. I don't want to risk dying here. But Kha'Zix goes for a crazy flash play here onto the Echo and gets a really nice kill. Again, here, this is the same reasoning. That's why I already explained it early on. But like here, Echo is dead and the wave is gone. So here, I can recall or I can stay. I just need to keep in mind, look, Echo is already starting to walk back to lane. Right? If I stay to push out this wave, he will not miss a lot of the minions. He will get almost all of them. And I will be late. I will have to walk to lane when he can already start roaming again. That's why against champions like Echo, I would not stay here for this wave now. Now we're closer to level 6. He's about to hit it on the next wave, right? Look at his XP. So now I would recall here, right? That's the difference between the level 3 recall and the level 5 recall here close to level 6. Now I would be scared of an Echo roam. So Echo is in lane, but I can contest him now. I am here in time, right? Now again, it's still hard to contest an Echo, right? So here, all this fighting that I'm doing, I'm typically just doing this to contest him. I don't want him to move on the map. I don't want him to put vision on the map and do things like that. So I'm trying to hold the wave here to give him a reason to stay in the lane. Right. Okay. And yeah, he gets a good catch here on me, and I think that's gonna lead into the solo kill. So the thing is, that's the thing, right? As Vladimir, you don't scale by not just dying. You need to do a little bit more. You need to keep your lane opponent in lane. But that is not always possible. So you can do a freeze to keep them in lane. But this wasn't a freeze anymore, so he doesn't really have a reason to stay in lane. But I think he could go bot lane here, for example. So I'm just trying to check this, ward this, and maybe move up here. The problem is my Kha'Zix is not here. It's not safe. So if Echo is here or here, he can just collapse onto me. And that just cost half my HP bar. I could have maybe just W'd that and, yeah, not lose all my HP. Okay. And I think here I die, and I just didn't think I was in kill range here. I literally didn't think it. So I just get exploded, right? Like, when I look at this, I just get exploded, and that's just on my end, not knowing the echo limits enough. So jumps onto me and absolutely pops me. And I thought I would live here. And my goal was to bait him onto me, let him take tower shot, I do my full combo. Now he's forced to ult, and Echo without ult isn't as comfortable to roam. And that was my mentality. The problem is I overdo it, I overbait him, like he just jumps onto me and actually kills me. Which kinda sucks. But okay, it is what it is, right? That's League of Legends, sometimes you make mistakes. But yeah, so my top laner is behind, and I'm also currently a little bit behind. Not so much though, you can look at the gold here, it's like 100 gold, because I'm also up in CS though. But okay, we go further in this lane. Again, I try to contest the echo, you can see it, right? Like when he wants to roam, my goal is to contest the echo in this laning phase. So this is just to give you guys a bit of information. Like here, I could have maybe contested him a little bit, but again, he is really strong right now in items, so I need to be a bit careful. Okay, we push. We saw Echo bot. He showed bot lane here, if you guys didn't see. So he showed bot lane, so I know he was not here, so I started to push instantly. But then Jarvan, his jungler here, took over to make sure I couldn't push this in. Alright, I should put it on this vision, yeah. Okay, I heal from the Raptor camp. I try to play safe against his Echo, because right now I know I just don't win. I don't have my W. So again, ideally I keep him busy here in lane, but I don't have my W. So I can't. He just jumps onto me and wins the trade. So therefore I just said to my Ambessa, you have to back off right now. It is what it is. I know it's annoying. Echo's coming, but I just pinged her back. Right? You can see these pings here. I just pinged her back. You need to know when you can contest your opponent and when not, right? Okay, again here, very heavy trading onto me. I ult him. Again, I kind of bait him onto me. I want to keep him interested in the lane. I rather have him do this than shove out the wave and roam top. Right. The problem is, again, I get a bit too low. And then the enemy Bard surprises me. So the enemy Bard comes from the top lane. I thought I was safe. Right. And he surprised me with a flash Q and kills me. So yeah, you could say support gap. But then on the other hand, if I didn't get too low here, he couldn't do that, right? So I also took a very bad trade, and that snowballed into giving the Bard an opportunity. And is that support gap? Not really, because Braum Ashe is a combo that wants to stay in lane, right? Unfortunately, they're playing versus Ziggs, a lane nullifier. But the Bard wants to roam, right? They have like a perfect comp. Ziggs is very safe in lane, and Bard wants to roam. So is it Braum's fault here? Not really, right? Like, we know Bard is a roaming champion, and if we are low, he gets those opportunities to make these plays. Right. So I just shouldn't have gotten this low. That is completely my mistake. But again, yeah, we fall too low. So our game plan, you can see that I'm a bit rusty here in the league. Our game plan is to keep the Echo busy, to bait him with trading onto us, but we get a bit too low, and then ultimately that leads to enemies getting kills. Here again, like, Echo just gets to make these plays, right? So yeah, very quickly here, the game looks rough, right? Like 0-2 top lane with quite a big CS gap already, right? Jungle is, yeah, it's fine. Echo has a very big gold lead on me right now, like 600 gold. Bot lane here as well. The enemy bot lane has 1.1k gold here, and here as well 1.1k. So they have 2.2k gold lead in total. So the game is looking very, very rough. So I want to investigate now. how I turn this around, right? So again, we're going to look at what happened here throughout this game. I try to keep Echo always busy. I'm not sure why I recall here. I have my item. Okay. So here again, a decision you need to make, right? So when you play this here, after killing this wave right now, the next wave is a cannon wave. So if I wanted to do a recall, this would be the moment, right? This would be the moment. Why? I'm sitting on 1.1k gold. I have my rocket belt in base. He has Lichbane right now. So if I don't have my rocket belt, I don't even stand a chance of fighting him. So I need to have a recall, right? And then I want to time that recall with objective timers, with the wave, etc. Right? So I know I have a cannon wave coming. This is one of the better ways to recall. Also, Drake is spawning. I do not have the luxury of saying I'm going to stay right now, keep Echo in lane. No, because then I will have to fight the Drake with no rocket belt. And that is just not playable. He's just a lot stronger than I am. So I am forced to do this recall here. So I recall, I don't miss that much. He gets some plates, but I don't miss that much. And now I have my rocket belt and I am in a spot to fight this Drake. So I do always think about objective timers. Right. What's the downside? My team makes a play and Echo again could move. If he wants to, he could move top. He could move bot. Right, if he wanted to. That's what I would have done as the Echo. The Echo here, he decides to spend his gold. I don't think he can get that big of a power spike here. So I think he should have just made a play here on the bot lane, kill my bot lane or my jungler, and then do the Drake, because he already had item advantage. So I feel like that's what he should have done, just to give you guys my insight on that. But yeah, he gives us opportunity here to get the prio. We move, we can go to the Drake here, and my Kha'Zix takes the Drake. They collapse onto me though. Yeah, but my team is in place. So here, again, when you do this Drake, I am fully aware, right? I place this ward knowing that Echo will come. And if I walk away here, I'm thinking right now, what is the safest way? Walking like this? Not really, right? Jarvan is here, but Echo is also here. I know that my Kha'Zix is here. So I can just walk like this, should be fine. I see my Braum moving here, so I should be fine. So they jump onto me, I have ult, I have W. I try to stall my ult and my EW as long as possible. Right? I get out, and now my team just makes this play. And we get a kill here, I think the first kill, which is completely fine. My Ashe gets the shutdown on the Echo, so she is kind of back into the game. Right, look. The 1.1k gold deficit that she had to compare to the 6 is already fixed. She has 5k gold right now. That's the first play, I think, from what I see now, how Ashe already got back in the game a little bit. Now, she started inting later on in the game, don't worry. Like, the game is still going to be difficult. But yeah, that is already one play. So how did that play happen? I go for shoving out the way first, getting the prio for the objective, and then from that, it snowballed into a kill for the team. Also a kill for the enemy team, but we got the shutdown. Okay. So again, I push out the wave. I don't know on how much gold I'm sitting. 800 gold. I got to take plates. I got to take a recall. And that's the thing again. So in those games, you have to think a little bit. So this is what I like to do. So let me give you guys my quick thought process. And I think this is going to help for a lot of you guys. So here, after taking this wave, Echo has respawned now. Now he has respawned. So I could say right now, this very moment, I'm gonna recall. Right? Because I killed the wave and I I should have recalled here already. Right? And then my timer will be almost the same as Echo. Like we will somewhat be at the same time in lane again. Right? So he won't have tempo on me, or at least not a lot. If I stay for this plate, he will come back to lane with all his gold spent and I will sit on 800 gold, which is not ideal. So theoretically you could say, well, I'm gonna be forced to recall. So maybe I should just not take the plate and just recall and then spend all my gold to keep it even with the Echo and make sure I can keep him in lane. Theoretically, yes. Why I don't like it in games when I'm behind is, how many times do I get in this game an opportunity to get gold? I don't. The enemy team is just dominating the game right now. They're like 5k ahead already. So not a lot in this game do we get more opportunities than just farming, right? Where we get plates or kills, we don't get those opportunities a lot. So here I'm kind of saying to myself, I have an opportunity right now to take a plate. I might as well take it. And yes, I'm going to be stuck in prison after. Like, what I mean with that is Echo is going to come back with all his gold spent. And I'm going to be stuck in lane with like almost 1,000 gold unspent, but at least I have that 1,000 gold. At least I got it from the plate now, some extra gold. And if I manage and I don't die in lane, I can recall after. And if nothing bad happens, it was worth it. Right? I just have to make sure I don't die, and ideally I can keep Echo in lane. Right? That's the thing that I'm thinking about right now. If I'm ahead in the game, I would probably not do this. I would not risk this, because by staying here, again, I will give Echo an opportunity to just roam. Or to kill me, because he will have item advantage, right? If I'm ahead, I would just take the safer play. Here, it's a bit more coin flippy play. We are quite behind in the game. So I like to say I have an opportunity right now to take gold. I'm going to do it, and then I'll try and manage to play safe against the Echo. So here, I try to recall. I start my recall, but I am very well aware that I'm probably not going to be able to do it. Because Echo should be here soon, and if I recall right now, he's going to take the wave very quickly with his Q. He's going to take my full tower or roam. And then it was not worth to take this one plate, to give my entire tower and lose a wave, right? So I know while taking this plate, I will have to stay in lane versus Echo with all his gold spent, and I will have to deal with it. But it is worth it if I don't die. So that's what I try here. So I take this wave, and I try recall instantly. My bot lane takes over because the bot lane tower died, and I go bot lane. And all in all, we don't really lose a lot. So I took this plate, and we didn't really lose anything for it. So that is great. That was an amazing play, right? It's those small plays that you have to do to get back into the game, right? Because ultimately, I'm not that behind in the game. I have only 1 assist, and he has 3 kills and an assist, and I'm only like 700 gold behind, which is fine because I'm a Vladimir, right? Now what? Now I try to make sure that the enemy team doesn't get to take everything in my team, right? They can't just take all our camps. We have to be able to contest something. We have Kha'Zix, which is a strong jungler, so we have to be able to contest something, right? So if they look to invade, I will look to move. But again, I will also value my farm. So here I'm looking to move, but if it's not a clear play, then I instantly go back here and I take the wave first, right? That's what I do. So again, they look to invade and I insta move. Right, I'm instantly going to move. We try to make a play, but the bush is warded, we thought. And I instantly go back here. I instantly go back and take this wave. Again, they make a play and I instantly move. And that's how I am still on quite decent amount of CS right now, while still being able to move and to go to this play. Now the play looks kind of doomed. My entire team dies here. I don't think I can do a lot here. Yeah, so my entire team dies. So again, we are right now like 8.8k behind. This is, I think, the furthest we are behind at this, in this game at some point. So that's kind of insane, right? Now again, we manage. We try to not get caught up in our team's mistake. And you know what I did now? Before moving to this fight here, I was already thinking while moving, I press tab and I see who should I focus, right? Oh, Ziggs has 0 defensive items. He has 0 defensive items. And he has a 300 gold shutdown. Right? Jarvan has also shutdown, but that might be a bit more difficult to kill. Right? So this guy has a shutdown and 0 defenses. That's perfect. So if I can kill him, I will. So then here I play safe. I make sure I don't die. Right? And when they back off, I'm looking for a little bit more. I'm seeing, can I do something? And I see the Ziggs recall. So what do? I stack my red Q. And at the very last second before his recall, rocket bout, right? To get the damage and the movement speed. Flash R. And then Q ignite. Is the ignite necessary? You never know, man. At this point in the game, he could get a random shield, a random heal. I don't care. Like, I need to get this shutdown, right? So I get that shutdown, and that brings me right now at 6.3k gold, which is decent. That's the first play that gets me back into the game. Right. Now we look to make this play here again. We killed the Ziggs. We knew that the enemy team was low, so we tried to make this play. And I tried to commit to this play. I think this is a good play. Again, 2 people dead here. Right? Or like 1 person dead, but we knew that Jarvan and Bart were very, very low. So we look to contest this. And we get the Herald from that. And then we extend the trade a little bit again, because we know they are low. We can maybe do something. Now, I think we overdo it a little bit. So here, I feel like we should have backed. Like here we should have backed. And yeah, now we all die. So here we should have backed. Like, the game is looking a little bit better. We got the shutdown. Drake is spawning. We should recall, spend our gold. What did we do though? We overdid it. So I go here. I thought I could kill the Jax. I can't. And we kind of all die. So how does this happen? So let me give you a quick TLDR of what just happened, right? So we are side laning to get solo gold and XP. The enemy team is looking to permanently invade our raptors and take everything. So I just go there and see if I can do something, right? I'm not just shoving out the wave. I'm farming the wave as quickly as possible and instantly move there. To see if I can do something, because we're super behind in the game. Just farming will not get me back into the game. So I'm looking for a shutdown, something like that. Okay, we move mid lane. My entire team dies. The enemy team takes the mid lane tower, but Ziggs has a very greedy recall. We flash onto him, we kill him, we get the shutdown. Because we killed the Ziggs, because the Jarvan was low from the dive, because the Bard was low from the dive, we thought, okay, let's do the Herald. Okay, we go there, we get a kill, we take the Herald, and then we look to extend the trade. We could have stopped after Herald. Now, I also think after the Herald, we could have gone a little bit further, which is what we did. But then when we saw like, oh, okay, we did our full combos again, it didn't work, they are here in the tower, Ziggs will be up again with teleport, we should just back off. And the safe play would just be to back off after Herald. You take something, you back off. It's a win for the team. Right? We overdid it. We over-punished the enemies, and then we basically punished ourselves because of it. Very bad play. In a losing game, you cannot make a lot of plays like that, because that just loses the game to you. Now again, I go mid lane here. Why? It's Drake. For Drake, you need prio. Like, yes, I know, ideally I should be here and then Ashe should be here, but Ashe is dead right now and otherwise we would lose this minion wave. Also, there is no point in me walking here because I cannot walk here. If the enemies push in the wave, we have zero vision here. So if I walk up here, what stops them from just collapsing me through here or through here? So even if Ashe was alive and she was farming here, I would still not move bot lane, I would still move mid lane. Because there's no point in me moving here. They can literally just like collapse me here because we have no vision because they have the prio. So I would first go mid with the team, push it out, look to fight, and then go bot. Right. So whether Ashe is alive or not, I would always go mid lane here. But okay, we push the wave. And our team is making a play and we just look if we can do something. And we got the shutdown, so I am not weak right now. So I can look to do something. Okay, they collapse on me here. It's all warded. But I get out. Right, so we just looked what to do. That's it. We just saw, can we do something here? Now, my teammates, they get collapsed, and I just look, can I do something? Is there anything better for me to do? No. Pushing this? No. Pushing this? No. Like, again, I don't win from the Jax, I don't win from the Echo in the side lane. So, and I can't go there if mid lane is completely pushed out to our tower. So I have to help my team establish this mid lane prio so we can push. Then it is a lot safer to go to the side lane. Right. So here after Drake, the enemies look to play very aggressive. We look to defend our tower. I look to help my team with that. And I just see what I can do. So you'll see me here, like pay attention to me. You'll just see me here kiting in and out constantly. Look, right? I go into the Ziggs, I kite in and out. Right? Constantly going in, going out, healing from that minion. You'll see where I position. I'm here. Right, I don't have flash and I have ignite, so I don't really have that much mobility. But again, here, I look to kite. Right, I go out again. We kill the Ziggs. Great, another shutdown on the Ziggs. 133 gold shutdown. And then Ziggs has no flash. So again, we got a lot here. And now I'm Echo ahead. I'm actually ahead of the Echo. I'm right now 300 gold ahead of the Echo. So again, how did this come to be? I know when we talk about this that it's hard to like say, yeah, but how did all of this happen, this fight? Very simple again, right? Dragon spawns, the enemy shove out the side waves. We cannot like, I cannot walk up here, right? It's impossible for me. If they shove out mid lane and I go here, they will just collapse me from behind. So in order to be safe, I just go mid lane. And we push the wave and then we see, okay, can we do something? The enemies took Drake and they instantly went on us, right? They instantly collapsed us. We kited back towards our tower to defend it. They played very aggressively, and I just tried my best to win that mechanically, right? To kite back and forth. And then ultimately, because of good spacing, we actually got that shutdown again onto the Ziggs and we didn't die. And now we get to push this. We get to take this mid lane tower while they're dead. That's super important. While the enemies are dead, you need to get something done. So we get that tower and we recall. And we're kind of back into the game. 8.6k gold. I'm like 800 gold ahead of this guy. So I'm actually completely back into the game here, right? We have our death cap, rocket belt death cap. I am kind of strong. But look at the team, 922. Still a very big, yeah, just gold deficit for our team. Now what do? Again, side laning. I need to get solo gold, solo XP. In this elo, it's not always easy because enemies say, okay, we are ahead, so we're gonna push, 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 and then you just have to help your team defend. But in those brief moments where they are not pushing, where they died or where they recalled, that's where you can quickly farm. And to what lane do I go? Well, Atakan is spawning, so I'm gonna go to that lane. I have no TP, Ambessa has TP, so she should go top. In case a fight happens, she can teleport. If I were to go top with no TP, then yeah, I can't join that fight, so I go bot lane here. Okay, we go bot lane. Okay, I take this. And I back out. Why do I back out? Again, we see the enemies, like Atakan is up, right? So they want to fight it. They know that they're stronger than us. So we literally see them move in here, right? They push the wave and they move in our jungle. That's what I meant with last time when I said it feels so unsafe to be here. Like, what stops these guys from just looking for me? Like, Bar could portal, these guys could come onto me, like, just destroy me, right? So that is why typically, before these objectives, it is better. And look how they try to, like, get onto me, right? I know that. I don't see them, but I know that, right? So here, it is typically better to just go mid lane and help your team push and then go to the objective, or wait for your teammates to come to you. Bard is already here. I feel a bit more safe, so I'm going to push this. Right. And now, again, it is just waiting. It is the Atakan. Can we give it? No, we cannot give everything. Right? If you give this, you know what's going to happen? You're going to lose the game. Right? At least you have to try. And you might think, well, it's 9-22. Like, there's no way you can win this as a team. Yeah, it could be that we lose indeed. That could be the case. But if we don't fight it and we give the Atakan to an already super fat team, yeah, they're only going to get so much more strong to the point where it's just not winnable anymore, right? And it depends on the team, right? If I had a Vayne ADC right now, or like a Kayle in the top lane, then I would say, okay, we have two hyperscaling champions. We have a Vladimir and a Vayne, or a Vladimir and a Gwen, or a Vladimir and a Kayle, okay? Maybe we can win this game even if we give Atakan. But this game we have Kha'Zix, doesn't scale that well. We have an Ashe, doesn't scale that well. This is a mage, Ziggs, he will blow her up, right? Jax also scales turbo hard, so it's going to be very difficult here to beat them in scaling, right? So therefore, we're like, as a team, now we need to fight this. Like, it's not looking good. If we give this to them and we don't scale that well as a team, like, it's going to be a difficult game. That's why I fight this. That's why I am in a position to fight this. Now, my Kha'Zix goes in a little bit too eager and gets just popped. He just gets one-tapped. He tried to steal it, right? I get it. We were too late to, like, organize this fight. He saw the Atakan being super low, just jumped in and died. Right? And then here, this moment, I should have backed out. I should have backed out, right? So walk away, wait for this teleport to come through, and maybe then kite back or see if I can make a play here. If they come on, like, go onto my Ambessa, maybe I can move. I should not go in here. What do I do though? I go in. So I hit all of them. I deal lots of damage, right? And then somehow this kind of works. Like, Ambessa jumps, we get the kills, so I die, but I did a lot of damage, and we win the game because of that. Or like, we win this fight because of that. I'm not sure though if we won it, but yeah, okay, Jax cleans everybody up. Okay, so indeed it shouldn't have worked, right? I was like, this worked, but yeah, it didn't, right? This is like the second big throw that I did this game, right? Where I should, like, the first one was here, after the Herald, where we overcommit and we die as a team. And then here again, we overcommit. The Kha'Zix tries to steal it. The moment he just instantly gets popped, I should just move out. He didn't deal any damage, right? He just got popped. Like, we have no advantage. They just took Atakan. Get out, get out, get out, get out. I went in. That was my second major mistake. So again, being there is good. But seeing that Kha'Zix got one shot and he didn't do anything, like he didn't like get a kill or something or like deal damage, you just are at such a big disadvantage, and in a 5v4, you just get out. So that was a very big mistake by me and by the team. I got a bit baited by the Ambessa teleport. I felt so pressured to do something. But again, very big mistake. They punish us while we're dead. They do a good job of taking our towers. Alright. And now what? Right? I'm still strong. But yeah, Jax is like almost 12k gold. I'm 9k. 10k gold here. Like, so it's going to be a difficult game. But again, I'm right now looking to farm and to be in a position to always be ready. Because what do you do in these games? How do you win these games? Being ready. They have shutdowns, right? They're strong. Like, if they're this strong, there's no way that we're going to win this game by like trying to 1v1 on somebody, right? We have to like group up on them, like 3v1 them, 4v1 them, 5v1 them, right? That's what I'm looking for. So I need to push waves, of course, so I need to farm. But I almost will push every wave super quickly. So I'm always in that position to move. I feel like that's a really good thing and specific thing in losing games that people don't talk too much about. That's like fast pushing waves to be instantly able to move. Alright, so again, we take this farm, right? There was nothing to move towards. We take this farm, and now there is something to move towards. So I instantly fast push this wave. I don't take the next one, right? I instantly see if I can do something here. That's what you do when you're the losing team, right? That's what you have to do. You have to fast push these waves. Like, I could be here, and I could farm, and yes, that's not gonna bring me back into the game, right? It's fast pushing that wave and instantly being on the move to see if something can be done here. Of course, nothing can be done. Ambessa dies. Like, I don't have anybody here. It's a 1v3 or like a 2v3 with Braum. So I can't really do anything here. So again, I just shove the wave. I'm setting on a lot of gold and Drake is spawning. So again, I need to recall before the Drake spawns to spend my gold and go bot or go mid with my team and then see and if we can contest that Drake. Right. Again, I could push this out and then take the tower, but one, if Jax shows up, he just 1v1s me. If Echo shows up, he just 1v1s me. If they don't show up, maybe I get this tower, but they get the Drake and they could just ace my team. So it's like always a lose-lose situation, and I don't have TP, so if I go top and the teleport Jax goes top, like, what do I do? I can't push because he's going to be there, so he can just push out the wave completely, then teleport to the fight so my team can't win it, and I'm stuck in top lane doing nothing. So again, I will just see if I can make a play here. And you see me going here, right? Again, I know that before an objective, ideally just push out completely the wave, right? But this wave is already quite far. And again, I told you, if you don't have mid push, look how dark the map looks. We have no wards, the enemies always push everything in. They could go into our jungle and just collapse me here in the side lane. That is why I am forced to go into this jungle, make sure we have some vision, and hover my team in the mid lane. I cannot go here. It's simply not possible, right? So I am right now preparing the Drake. That is what I'm doing here, right? So again, I'm hovering my team, making sure nothing can happen. And Kha'Zix sees this pick. He's also hovering us, and he sees this pick. So we go for it. And then this snowballs into a kill on the Ziggs. We keep on going. It snowballs into a kill on the Echo, right? I deal lots of damage right now. I'm really, really strong. And it snowballs, I believe, in a kill onto the Bard. And killing all three of them while all being alive, that snowballs into taking the Drake. Now the enemies again say, okay, we can't contest this Drake, but let's push. So I try to recall here. Right. But did you see what happened there? So the reason that we won that fight is because I was in a position to help my team here with the Drake. I was hovering them. I was not just randomly farming top or bot lane here so I can get collapsed. So knowing when to side lane, when to walk up before objectives and when not to is a very important skill in games when you are behind. That's one of the reasons why we got back into this game. So while we did all that, while we picked off the enemy team and the Jax and the Jarvan said, okay, we can't contest this. So they pushed our towers. They overstayed. My teammates kept them busy. And now I am here in time to, again, get another shutdown on the Jarvan. And now I am also 11.3k gold. Granted, Jax is still 13k gold and Ashe is still 12k gold. But I'm slowly but surely getting, like, on even terms with them. And then here you get, like, a montage clip of how broken Jax is. Like, it's insane how he lives this long. Like, he does die, but it takes so long. And again, I get the shutdown. So again, I'm super, super strong right now. Right. I'm getting completely back into the game. I recall. Why? I have lots of gold. I need to spend that gold. I built my Riftmaker here. And then I'm going to build into Void Staff simply because Jax has upgraded boots. If he were to build a with Sand, again, I would not get through him. We can't kill him. Nobody's good at killing him in my team. We all struggle. So I need magic resist. Magic penetration. Then what? The Baron is up. So I don't have teleport and the Baron is up. So I should be laning top lane. Right? That is what I do. Now again, it feels a bit scary to walk up here. We don't know where, like, Bard could always be roaming. So what do? I just take these camps, I play it a bit safe, and I hover my team. Again, that's what I do. I'm not farming here. And again, you could be farming here, but I feel like when you're in a losing game, where you're losing the game really, really hard, it's just better to group with your team. Like, I'm still farming, I'm taking the wolf cap, and yes, my Kha'Zix loses farm because of that, but I am the main carry right now. Right, I am the person who's strong right now. I need to be funneled in terms of gold. Right, so I take this camp because it's gold and XP, and it's close to here. I could have also taken the wave. I didn't. I deliberately chose to not do that because while pushing this, I can get collapsed. So if I'm here, I'm taking gold, and I'm close to my teammates. And again, that will, I believe, result in a play. I'm not sure. Let's see. No. So we're mid lane. We push this wave, and again, that results in a play. Ambassa TP's in here. Right, and I'm exactly again in place. If I was top lane right now, Ambassa did his TP and I would have been here. And by the time I get here, the fight might be over. So hugging your team, being close with your team, grouping a lot more is super important when you are behind in games. But again, keep in mind, look, my farm is not that bad, right? 204 at 25 minutes, Echo has 150, right? I have right now the highest CS in the game except for Ziggs. So it's not like I'm not farming and permanently grouping. I did take the wolf cap, I did take the mid wave. Right. I just take my waves very, very quickly. So I can instantly move. So I fast push every wave. But yeah, so this fight happens here. We get the pick here, I think. And I just go full in. I get an ult on everyone. I think this is a 4-man ulti. I get Stunto, but I get a 4-man ulti off. I get the kill on the Bard. We kill this Echo. They all flash. They're all super, super low. And we just look to win this fight. Now, it does look a bit bad. Ashe is dead. Brom is 2 HP. Ambassa is super low, and this Jax is just... We're not winning from him. I don't deal any damage to him. He just one-taps us. And Kha'Zix is low and has to recall. So I now have to make a hard choice and say, Ambassa, you're just dead. I need to get out. Right, because if I die there, we lose Baron. So, okay, we go here. Yeah, my Kha'Zix has a small interaction there, but I just farmed the wave. Okay, I should recall here because I have lots of gold, I think. Well, I only have 1k gold and I'm full inventory, so no, I cannot buy anything. So I shouldn't recall. Again, I push a wave here and see how I move. I don't like go here super deep, like I can't get caught off then. So I instantly move with the team. Again, I hover my teammates. So again, we are here just to see what we can do. The Braum ults us, but that's a mistake at this point. Because I'm like super tanky, and if he ulted me and not his team, that would have been different. Because then they can instantly stun me, right? But here, we're all like his team and I am stunned. So when I'm alive, I still get to do like my ult EQ combo. So look at my damage here, like I one-tap all of them basically. Like this guy dies, this guy dies, this guy dies. So we just win the fight because of that. And then Jax should win this, but luckily he has no mana. So for me, I can just like look to kite him. I W here to move towards the Kha'Zix. And I didn't see in-game that he didn't have no mana. Only now did I see it. My Kha'Zix dies to the ult. But here, now I know that he has no mana, so I'm not too scared of the Jax. I just need to make sure I stay out of his auto-attack range. And we get the kill just like that. Yeah, we can't get the 6 kill, so I just go top. Push out the wave, get something while the enemies are dead. At least now I get to farm a little bit. And again, that's how we keep our CS up at all times. And now 3k gold, the recall comes through, and I get a full Void Staff. And at this point, I'm basically full build with the Magi's. So I am 15.3k gold. I have the highest gold in the game except for the Jax, and it's only a 200 gold difference. So I am completely back into the game and carrying my team right now. How did I do that? By always hovering my team. Not just by sitting there solo in the lane trying to farm my way back into the game. No, by playing super close to my team and reactive to these plays. And now it's just my team gets these plays and we just win. Look at my damage, like we just win these fights right now. It's ridiculous. Like I'm just that strong right now. So again, am I pushing this wave, this wave? No, I'm just with my team, right? So if I go back, why do I walk mid lane here? Baron is up. Baron is up, right? So I don't want to be bot lane, and this wave is already completely pushed out. I just did that. And then I recalled and came here. So now I can just go mid lane with my team. There's no other place for me to be. Because this wave is shut down and I don't want to be bot because Baron is spawning. Or is already spawned. So I'm here with my team, the enemies walk up too far, we kill them. And we take the Baron. And then, again, here, all of this is kind of shenanigans. So what happens here? We want to go to Drake. Ambassa gets the pick onto Ziggs. Kha'Zix dies to the Ziggs though. And then we kill him. But it sucks that Kha'Zix dies because now this play becomes a bit more coin flippy. Like, respawning both of them. Bard is here, right? Jax has teleport. Ziggs has teleport. So this now becomes super, super scary to make this play. So we back off and we say, okay, it's fine. We can't do the Drake. And then here a fun moment. So the Bard says, I'm going to be annoying. And I'm going to cancel the Vladimir back. And then I say to the Bard, well, I'm also going to be annoying. Let me one-tap you. So I just one-tap him. Alright. And then now, okay, they do get the Drake, right? We couldn't get the Drake, but we got the Nash at least. And yeah, we got the Bard. So now I can go to a side lane. Right, now I should play around the side lane. Why there's no objectives up, so I have a bit more freedom right now to walk up. I'm also super strong, so I get to play a little bit more in that side lane right now. Okay, so this happens. My Kha'Zix goes for this echo that was in the side lane. Jarvan comes, but he doesn't win. I just one-tap him. Right. And because the enemies are playing on the side of the map where I am, and I flash over this wall, we kill everybody here, like... For the people who like to see mechanics, I can maybe show you this fight. But there truly isn't that much to say about it mechanical-wise. I am just that strong. So let me show it to you what happens. So the Jarvan comes. We kill him here, we one-tap him. I W echoes W. Then here we EQ. Ziggs is there, I have flash, I E, flash Q. Jax goes on to me. And we just try to kill the Jax. I think he does kill my Ashe here. I get Bard ulted. And here becomes a little bit sketchy. I get Bard ulted. I ult both of them so I could get this kill. The Bard should live normally. But yeah, look at the damage. Again, another shutdown, but I'm full build, so at this point it doesn't matter. And we run them down. And now again, the enemies are dead, so we push. They're dead, so we push. We punish them. Killing them is not just the objective in itself. You kill them because you want to take something on the map. That's the reason why we want to kill them. So while they're dead, now we get to do something. And yes, I know that Jarvan is up, Bard is up, and Echo is up. But I am right now a raid boss. I am turbo strong, I'm full build. So for me, there's not enough people up. If Jax is not alive, I get to do whatever I want. So they come, I just ignore them. I take the tower. Right. And now we start backing off. Right. So let me go back to this vision. Okay. And that's how I play. Again, where do I move here? I first take the red buff for my team. Blue buff and red buff, they apply to your entire team in late game, so it's always nice to take that. And now where do I walk? I could be here in the side lane, but that could give the enemies the opportunity to run me down. And also, we're just looking to push right now. I don't have my flash, so it's better to just group with the team. So I hover my teammates, I sit here with warding, and I play it like an assassin. So, and then I just dive and we just win the game from that. But I'll show you the mechanics for the people who are interested. I don't think I did do anything fancy. But just to show you. Okay. And there we go. And we look to take these towers. The thing is, Jax here, I believe... Yeah, so Jax teleported to keep our wave busy. So we had to instantly respond to this guy. And after we kill him, now the raid boss and the enemy team is dead. So we just get to push. And we get to end the game. Right now, yeah, there's nothing they can do. We just end the game here. And that's how I did 80k damage and how we came back from like an 8.8k gold deficit at 16 minutes. Right, I gave you my thoughts. This also helped me refresh and see how I won the game, but I think it's clear a TLDR is, one, team fighting is OP, right? People play for objectives like the Atakan, the Drake fights. So if you have a strong team fighting champion like Vladimir, there is always a way to come back in the game. That is one. And two, the main thing is moving with your team and hovering them. Try not to shove out the waves completely, and don't just sit there and freeze and farm and scale. And no, look to move, like push those waves and move. Look to make a play. You're not going to win 1v1s when the enemy team is so much stronger. When the enemy Jax is 5k ahead of you, you're not going to win that 1v1. Instead, push the wave out quickly and see if you can make a play with your team to have a number advantage play where, for example, you 4v1 the enemy Jax. And that way you get a shutdown and you can get back into the game. That is the conclusion of this game. Now, I hope you guys learned something from it. I hope you really do. I really hope that. But yeah, it was really fun for me to review my own game, and doing that together with you is always something special. So yeah, if you liked it, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.